today I want to talk to you about this right here, okay? Taking a 6.0 and dropping it in the Bronco. Is this actually going to be a thing? Can we actually do that? That's the big question.
So both of these vehicles have the dent in behind the engine on the firewall. We're gonna go to the flat of the firewall and we're gonna come out here to the core support right here in the front.
All right.
So we can call that, we'll call that rough 41. Out to core support, got roughly the same measurement.
Okay. Actually, just a little bit more potentially, so we might have just a tad bit more room there. Okay.
And there's nothing wrong with having extra room.
I mean, and this right now is calculating with the Bronco having the body lift on it, which we may take out. And that's another reason why we're doing these measurements, to see if we can do this whole thing with the body, or the 3-inch body lift removed. How are we looking for frame wheel height?
So we're gonna call that 17 inches. Top of the valve cover, we're at we're between 15 and 16 inches from the frame to the top of the valve cover.
Awesome, that sounds good. We got extra clearance then.
That's beautiful.
I know, because my big concern right now, and I already voiced this to you, was the heater box that's sticking on the outside of the firewall here with my truck, because it was an AC truck. There is a delete for this that you can put in place, and we may end up doing that just to free us some room. But that's my big concern, is because our clearance might be real tight with the tolerances between that box and the valve cover.
I'm excited, man.
A lot of stuff's just looking up and up. A lot of stuff
is just matching. So from the front of the booster on over here, the front of the master cylinder to the core support, we're looking at like 2 feet. You know, this is shorter to the wall. We still have, oh man, too perfect.
There's a lot of open room there. I mean, and these trucks were built for like the double battery setup already with the fender wells and them being cut that way. We have so much open room here. We got plenty of room over there for the air box.
So we're a little wider on the engine.
Are we?
By a couple inches. It's not nothing. So we're roughly 2 foot wide on this one. And we're roughly 28 inches wide on this one.
All right, so 4 more inches.
4 more inches, I mean.
And that could push us up against the box here then.
It could push us up, but we're gonna take that out and then refit it back into the engine bay.
I mean, 4 inches is not like just 4 inches this way though. I mean, we're talking just, we're gaining 2 inches on this side, 2 inches on that side.
Correct. So we'll say 30 inches.
Yeah, right about there.
Let's see, down here to the support. This is gonna be cake. So again, we're under 33 inches to the top of these radiator brackets.
Okay. All right, yeah, that's way cake, dude. That's good. I mean, because we do have a significant amount of clearance here at the top of the engine and everything like that. Or not the top of the engine, but the top of the radiator, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Way. And we're gonna move some stuff out to where we need it. We're gonna fashion the cooler in through here around the radiator, so.
Now, what about frame rails?
So the Bronco is, we'll call it 33.5. We're at 39.5 on the frame rails in the front. So we're like, I want to say rough guesstimate of like 36 around the engine.
Well, that's not too bad then. I mean, that's still pretty close. And you can make up that difference with your motor mounts on how tall they are, how much they push in and stuff like that. So
the oil pan on the 6-liter is a foot wide in the front. So we're between 10 and 12 inches on the oil pan here.
All right.
So, listen, it's gonna be cozy in a few places, but other than that, other than that.
Now, we need to do to the back of the T-case.
Yep.
To the front of the motor. Okay, there we go. All right, give me that. Let's see here. Do you want to the end of the yoke? Or?
Sure.
All right, so this is where the yoke will connect to...
Hold it down, so just kind of eyeball your depth.
Yeah, roughly right around there.
Okay, so we got about 66 inches.
I'm too fat. I'm too fat. And just roughly about there.
So that's 80.
80? All right, that's a pretty big jump. That's freaking 14 inches. Yeah.
So we can get rid of that transfer case and put the 205 on there.
Yeah, I'd like to, I don't know if any of the sensors go into this T-case or not. Actually, let me see the tape. Let's measure this T-case then, so I can get an overall length of this T-case. All right. So, transfer case length is to the flange 23 inches. From back of transmission. 19 inches. So 4 inches, that's it.
Okay.
So we must be gaining the rest of it in the transfer or in the transmission.
Could be.
We went off of where we are right here. We said what, 14 inches longer?
Yeah, something like that.
Wow, man. 14 inches puts us like halfway through this drive line. 30, 31 inches in length before you get the slip yoke on there. So yeah, 14 inches is gonna cut us in half. And that approach angle is gonna be pretty freaking gnarly.
I want to say that my blazer axle coming off the tail shaft is shorter than that. Y'all don't let him talk himself out of this shit, okay? Because this guy wants to do it.
And the thing is, so we're not using my F250 for the transplant on all this and everything like that. This is still my daily driver. I still need to be able to get around, haul trucks and whatnot, and gear with this thing. So we have this 2006 F450 over here, and this has a 6.0 in it, has the automatic behind it. This thing has already been head studded. Here, let me open it up real quick. All right, so we got a clean, good 6.0 in here. It's already been head studded. I bought this at auction last year. We do need to do a high pressure oil pump. Adam and I went over it. It stopped running. We figured out after we put the scanner on it, high pressure oil pump is out in the truck. So that's okay. That's, I can't remember, a high op or H-pop or whatever you call it.
H-pop.
H-pop. That was like, the H-pop is, I want to say like $600 for it. All right. And that's an OEM one from Ford as well. So, but this will give us all our wiring. Now this is a 2-wheel drive setup. All right. And we'll have all our wiring accessible to it. We'll have, you know, our ignition, all that kind of stuff that we need. We are going to have to find some donor axles. We're going to have to find a donor transfer case because this transmission can work for 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive. You just unbolt the flange off the back of it, and then you'll be good to go there. So, but we will need some F250, F350 axles. Would prefer to be able to get some from a 2005 or newer. Actually,
we're accepting donations.
Yeah, accepting donations. Actually, if you're enjoying the content, you want to see this build happen, the best thing you can do is go ahead and just like and subscribe right now. Get down there, hit the bell icon so you get notified as soon as we do new videos, all right? That really helps out the channel and what we're doing around here, all right? And I love the 460 sound, but go ahead and start up the 6.0, dude. Rev this thing up. It sounds so good. Dude, hell yes, that needs to happen. So, I mean, number one, okay, doing a 12 valve would be the easiest swap wiring wise that we could. You got one wire to a 12 valve, it's up and running, all right? Easy swap, a little bit longer motor than what we're dealing with, or engine than what we're dealing with right now. But you know how it is, everyone does a 12 valve swap, just everybody out there. So this will be a little bit different. And let me kick this fan off. Imagine that fan noise getting annoying. So yeah, everyone does a 12 valve swap. 7.3 swap, not as common, but it's still
Been done.
yeah, it's still been
done.
Still been done quite a bit. So,
And I personally have not been able to find any 6-liter anything.
but I'll tell you what, the biggest reason why Adam and I are talking about this is because we already have the motor. All right. I mean, this stuff isn't cheap. It's not free for sure, you know, and we already got the motor. Axles really aren't that expensive. I want to say we can go get some junkyard axles for $1,500 to be able to throw under it.
But our mission on this is to totally turnkey modernize the Bronco. We need to go back to where it all started.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I mean, and this will make the Bronco ultra reliable for driving on the road. Like, we don't have any of the problems that I've got right now with the transmission, the torque converter freaking going out on it, transmission on its last leg. I mean, even though I dumped a bunch of money into it this last year, just getting it up and roadworthy, it is barely roadworthy right now. Like, I've done a couple small videos here and there that you guys seen, but the reason that we haven't done more videos on it is because it's really sketchy to drive on the road right now. And I don't like that. We need to bring it up to where it is.
Up to snuff, man. Disc brakes all the way around.
And then
manageable on fuel.
Yeah, and then we can go out and start doing some trails. We can take it and go do some events and stuff like that. Have a good time with it. So, yeah, definitely let Adam and I know what you guys think in the comments down below. Just go after it. I mean, if you don't like it, that's fine. Voice your opinion. Let me know.
Scroll on, bitches.
All right, I appreciate y'all watching. Get out there, work on your stuff. Have a good time. Let me know what's going on. We'll talk to you later, all right?